Welcome to Let's Live Radio, and we are joined this morning by the one and only Casme Carter. And Casme, we are so proud of you here in New Orleans for what you have accomplished. How does it feel to be a contestant on The Voice?
It feels exciting. That's one word I have for the whole competition, the whole experience, the whole performance. No, it really was exciting. Thank you guys so much for having me. Truly honored and blessed to be here with you guys. But exciting. That's all I can say.
And you are not a stranger to Let's Live Radio because we have you your interviews from before, way back in 2014, and we play your music. We love your music because it's all about inspiration on Let's Live Radio, and everything you do is inspirational, even down to your performances. And so I want to play a little bit of the audition that you did for The Voice. All right, Casme.
Oh, my goodness. And John Legend.
When he hit that button.
Yeah. What was it like when he hit that button and turned around and said, "You're on my team. You're on Team Legend"?
Listen, everything I was feeling beforehand, the anxieties, like everything was completely worth the wait. It was worth the preparation. When he turned around, it was like a huge relief, girl. When I tell you, I just felt so blessed. If I could have just stopped and just fell on my knees and just started praising God, I would have. Because I was like, okay, I got, all you need is one, amen? All you need is
That's it. That's right.
So I felt very, very humbled and very honored. When he turned around, I felt like, okay, now I can have some fun. You know, at first it was pressure. Like not seeing chairs turn is like, oh my God, did I come all this way to go back home? You know?
What was the process like? What was the process like? How did you get on The Voice? How did you get to that level?
Okay, so I'll tell you, like a few years ago, I got the invitation. One of their producers found me on Reverb Nation, which is a site for independent artists. They found me and they said, "Hey, would you like a private audition?" Because I don't really like competitions. I'm weird about it because I feel like God gave us all something special, so I don't really want to compete against anybody to say who's better than this person or that person. So I always was like, nah, I'm good. But when they said private, I was like, okay, I don't have to stand in these long lines because I have a thing against lines too. I don't like to do them at airports. I don't like to do traffic. I try to avoid all that. So when they said private, I said, okay, let's do this. So I went and I did a private audition, and basically I made it to like the top, but then I didn't make it to the point where you get called back to go to Cali. So I was like, oh, that was a little bit of a bummer, but so I passed there's really like about 3 or 4 auditions that you have to go through before the real audition on TV.
Oh.
Okay, so I think a lot of people don't understand that, but you have to, this group like you, then you gotta see if the producers like you know, like that. So I've actually done a few auditions, all private auditions, and so this last one, I almost did not take them up on the offer because I was like, I just don't know if I feel like getting my disappointment again, getting my feelings hurt. And I put a post on Facebook, and everybody was like, this is your season. I had just got married, and I was like, y'all, should I do it? I don't do well with rejection, you know? And they were like, do it. It seems like this is your winning season. You know, you're viral right now. God is blessing you. You're married. So I went for it. I went to Nashville, auditioned in Nashville. They said they want to give a call back. COVID hit right around the time we were supposed to initially leave to go to California to do the next round of auditions before the judges. And I just didn't think it would happen because of COVID, but they say it took a little bit longer. They got dates back. Went out there, COVID, still had to isolate, you know, had to be tested on a regular basis. They wanted to keep everybody safe, but they were so kind, so loving. We did a lot of Zoom meetings. That's how we were able to meet each other. Everything was just so positive and inspirational. And yeah, from that, you know, the executives next looking at everything, and they said, okay, you're in the top.
Mm.
Well, it takes a lot to become an overnight success, doesn't it?
Woo, man! It took me 20 years to become an overnight success. So is that
Go
really
ahead,
overnight?
speak it. You got to tell some people about this, because there are people you could have given up a long time ago, but you just kept on going.
I couldn't give up. Like I went through so many different phases. The phase of am I good enough?
Hmm.
The phase of am I pretty enough? The phase of am I too old? The phase of and that phase came real quick because typically the industry want teenagers or like close to your beginning 20s. So at like 23, realistically, I was over the age for the successful new artists, on the major platform, major stage. But I just could not stop. I love music too much. I found different ways to achieve success.
Hmm.
Success is not just being the next Beyonce. It's
It's being the next Casme.
man.
That's right.
It's being the next Casme. Whether
Yes.
that's singing at people's weddings,
Hmm.
whether that's singing at birthday parties, at festivals, we have to create our own uh, goals. And once you achieve those goals, that's considered success. So I had to really pull myself back and say, what do you want,
Hmm.
Casme? What goals do you want to reach? What do you want to accomplish? And my goal has always been simple and plain: to love on people, to help people, and to shine my light along the way using my gifts, my voice, whatever it is that I can do, my fashion, my mentoring, whatever those gifts are, I use them along this 20-year journey. And I mean, hey, I've been blessed to do a lot of amazing things. My resume is pretty crazy, but I believe everything I set out to achieve, I did it.
And Casme, I know that a lot of times when we start getting close to our destiny, we start having all of these roadblocks and all of this crazy
Yeah.
things start happening that didn't happen before as we start to get closer. Did you notice that you started getting more roadblocks and some um, some other rejections as you were getting closer to the voice audition?
You know what? I feel like it was opposite. I feel like when it got closer to that, the blessings really start coming quicker.
Hmm.
And I don't know if that was because I was in the fasting mode. Because whenever I get discouraged, I go into like a sabbatical kind of situation where I'm like really zoned in and tuned into God's voice and in His Spirit. So I did that closer to the time, so the enemy couldn't touch me. But prior to that, around the time when I got married, around the time I was debating if I was going to do the voice or not, that's when all the voices were hitting me. Like, girl, come on now, like you've done this, you've been rejected. It's still gonna they probably gonna reject you again. You about to be 40 next year. Like right in that time is when the enemy starts kind of like challenging me.
Hmm.
And then I thought COVID was gonna be the roadblock, but God said no, this is actually gonna be the blessing
Oh
because
my
I didn't have to have
goodness.
a roommate. I didn't have to have a roommate. Normally, you got to have a roommate when you
Yeah,
go audition for
yeah.
competitions.
Well, Casme, that's a word for someone out there who may be discouraged right now. Just keep pressing on. Now, I want to find out a little bit about your background. You're one of 8 children, the oldest of 8 children. You have six
Yes.
sisters.
Yes, I have 6 sisters and one brother, and he just graduated LSU. What, 2 years ago? He was the baby.
Hmm.
So,
And
yeah,
yet,
I'm the oldest.
yeah, you had, and did you learn to, did you get a love for singing from your parents, or where did it come from?
So both of my parents are singers, not professionally. My mother used to do pageants, like in her later high school, college days, beginning of college. My father sang in church all the time, so it was like not necessarily like official, but they just love singing. So always singing, always playing music. And so I want to say I was like 5. I started
Hmm.
singing at 2. Around 5, my mom started teaching me songs, and me and my mom started writing songs when I was like around 7 or 8. I wrote my first song when I was in the 3rd grade in the hospital. I wrote a song called "Father Heal Your People," and I think I talked about that when I was on your radio show before.
Hmm.
So I started writing songs, and then me and my sisters had like a little gospel group. Me and my mom would write all the songs for that, and we would do family reunions and coffee shops around New Orleans. It was just a lot of fun.
And I love your shirt. And we know that you're also a fashion designer, correct?
Yes, ma'am. I haven't really been heavy on my fashion design tip, more just like styling. I love putting things together. But this shirt is one of the shirts in the collection. Me and my sister started our own business. It's like a one-stop shop. Fashion, earrings, purses,
How do they
jewelry,
get it?
everything affordable. It's deep. So y'all know the book, the album, everything is Daughter of the King. I consider myself a daughter of the King. You ladies are daughters of the King. All of the ladies watching, y'all are all daughters of the King, and the King being God. So it's DOTK, which is the initials, collection.com. DOTK collection.com. And I
We
also
will
have,
put that up.
And I want
we
to tell you,
have amazing products.
I tell you, amazing products. I mean, you have everything from shoes to a mask. I've been to your website. In fact, I made some orders, so my orders are in. My orders are in.
Thank you.
Really, really good stuff. And you know, the other thing I wanted to ask you about is what kind of reaction have you gotten? Because your video has been shown on YouTube, has been seen on YouTube more than more than a 500,000 times. So, are you already getting feedback?
I am, and I'll tell you, it's been a lot of amazing positive energy, and I find myself with a little tougher skin these days, because if I had read a couple of the comments a few years ago, I probably would just be crying and just like not on social media at all, like over it. But I realized that it's all entertainment, and some people are just entertaining themselves by saying things like, maybe she didn't get 4 chairs because she chose the wrong song. The girl who sang that song last time owns that song.
Oh.
And, you know, things like that. But I have been enjoying all the positivity. And it's funny how the enemy sometimes will allow us to zoom in on anything negative when there's a million positive things and there's one negative thing. So I have just said, you know what? I'm going to start soaking in all this positive energy. A lot of people have been looking for my book, and that was a beautiful thing. So I've been sending links out left and right from people.
Tell us about the book.
Yeah, so it's called Daughter of the King 101. It's a handbook, devotional, and diary. Also coloring book. So, you know, if it's for younger kids, they can color it. If it's for an adult, one lady was like, I'm 30 years old and I need that book. It helped me actually creating the book, okay? Because some things I didn't learn until I was older. And then as I started doing like some research, because I wanted to make sure that it was not just full of my opinions, but of some facts, like some safety tips and some manners and stuff like that. So it covers the way you dress, the way you think, the way you behave. It's train like royalty, behave like royalty, dress like royalty, and think like royalty.
I still wear my Daughter of the King shirt that you gave us back in the day.
Hey,
Yes.
I need a picture.
And it's still not faded. Good quality.
Good quality. That was some years ago too. I think that was like what, 4 years? 5?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been a minute. It's been a minute.
Yeah.
And you know, you're getting a lot of shout outs though. Sometimes we'll think about those who are the haters, but you're getting a lot of shout outs from people who know you and have admired your music for years. The mayor Latoya Cantrell, sent out a big shout out to you online.
Yes. So who does that? You know?
Yeah.
Who does that? My mayor.
That's right. Casme, you've immersed yourself in the city of New Orleans, in the community with the people by going to the schools, involving the actual students at the public schools in your music videos. Have you seen, as my mom's talking about Latoya Cantrell, have you seen like more of an outpour from the community than you expected? Is New Orleans supporting Casme?
Definitely supporting. A lot of people were like, "Go girl," you know, the GEUX. Even John Legend, he when he reposted on my Twitter, he was like, "Let's go." GEUX.
And what can we expect from you? You said something about mixing it up, huh? What can we expect from you?
Now you, if you've listened to my albums, any of my music, if you go on Spotify, you know that you can listen to one song and get a certain vibe, and then you go to the next song and you feel something else. That's who I am. So what I'm looking to do is to take a gumbo collection, kind of like what Beyonce did with Lemonade. And I want to put out a visual project that's giving teasers of these gumbo records that I have. So you got the Motown, you have the funk, you have the soul, you have the rock, you have the jazz. And so I'm going to kind of transition through this wave of genres throughout this project. So that's what I'm going to be working on for 2021. And I'm also getting ready to do a gumbo Christmas project, which is going to be me including some of my favorite NOLA singers and musicians. So y'all can look out for that. I believe we're going to release the concert on Christmas Eve, but we're going to pre-record it and have everything set and ready. So hopefully by December 1st, I'll start putting out teasers every day with the different artists, just little 30-second clips to kind of hype everybody up. And I'm hoping to partner with the city of New Orleans and Mayor Cantrell to really make that happen and bring that unity, with our musicians, to keep the culture alive, embrace the culture.
And Casme, anything you do is big. I mean, your wedding, you had how many bridesmaids? 34 bridesmaids? Wow.
National news.
And it made national news. It was on Good Morning America. It was in magazines all over the place. That was some wedding you had last year.
And I tell people, because some people feel like I do all this on my own. It's all God's plan. It's all the favor of God that's on my life. And I always tell people faithfulness equals favor. If you're faithful in certain things, God is going to bless your relationship better. What? They didn't have credit, but they got this big old, it's favor. It's God saying, you my favorite. I got something special for you. People can't understand how. I would not have ever been able to get all of that media attention on my own. That was a natural reaction. It was not planned. I had no idea. I was so shocked, but so blessed, because a lot of people were inspired by the story and seeing that many women can get together without drama. We didn't have no alcohol. We danced on the beach. We sang on the beach. We had our fashion wardrobe changes. No drama. Like, it was beautiful. And so for us to be African-American women and to show that, and also for me and my husband to have waited 3 years, before doing anything, that's a big part of my ministry with young girls. Like, you are worth the wait. You should wait, let God love you, respect you, value you. And that's what it is. And that was not just talk for me. I walked that walk as well. So my husband, he will tell you, it was not easy, but it was worth the wait, So for the whole world to be able to get in on that story was all God's favor.
And you are so inspirational. And there are a lot of young singers that look up to you. What can you tell them to keep them going? For the singer who is about to give up right now, what can you tell them from your experience to keep them going?
I say don't give up. If it's what you think about all day, every day, if you can't stop writing songs, if you can't, stop thinking about other artists who inspire you, like, write your vision, make it plain, start, like, I'm big on vision boards. What do you want your future to look like? Who do you want to come across as, like, who are you first is the biggest thing. And that is something that helped me, I think, along this journey, because it's so easy to get caught up, try to sleep with this person or that person because you think they're going to get you to the top, or sucking up to this person or that person. And it's not about any of that. It's about you being comfortable with who you are, knowing who you are, and staying true to that. Do not change, because God made you a special way for a reason. And that music that's inside of you is for a reason. Be authentic, and also be kind to people, because a lot of doors that open for me didn't open because I was the best singer or I was, the finest or the best writer. It was because of my spirit and my personality. When people like you, they look out for you. They'll open up doors for you. They'll give you different opportunities. And that's what I call favor. So don't quit. Get a plan and execute the plan.
And when you talk about your attitude, Lisa just sent me a text, and she says, congratulations to the always positively energetic Casme. Let's go. GEAUX.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
So let's go, New Orleans, and support Casme. How can we support you? How can we keep you on The Voice?
So listen, I'm going to tell you one thing right here. It's always about numbers, and that is what the industry thrive on. And if we want bigger opportunities, because The Voice is another platform, at the end of the day, God is the plug. And so if we can keep elevating and escalating to the top. We can keep those numbers going. I need you guys to share the YouTube video, the clip of me, you know, from the first audition. Whenever those videos come out and you see me, share it, like it, comment. People don't understand. Comments are important too, because at the end of the day, Beyonce has engagement, you know, like she talks to her, you know, she talks to people, like she's very interactive. But if you go to her page, like it's just, they want to know that you are loved, that you have support behind you. That's the point I'm getting to. So we need to comment, share, like everything that The Voice posts dealing with Casme. That's Twitter, Facebook, TikTok, YouTube. Those numbers need to be through the roof so they can be like, this girl, she got an army behind her.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's book her let's book her a world festival, a world tour, because the people love her. They need to see the love. I need to feel the love.
Yeah, let's not do any of that private support. People like and share. Anytime you see Casme, if you support Casme, like and share, because as she said, numbers matter. Any last minute, you know, Casme is in very high demand. She has interviews.
She has another interview coming up. Casme, thank you so much, and God bless you. And to the top, you're going to the top.
I love you guys. We actually have a song called Straight to the Top, so you guys need to look that up. Follow my YouTube, but there's a song called Straight to the Top featuring, it's a guy named Daniel Hardaway. He's from New Orleans. We shot it here in New Orleans, but it's saying, I'm going straight to the, no, we going straight to the top.
Oh, yeah, I saw that. I heard that.
Y'all going with me, and that's just the truth of the matter.
I love that song, and we can't talk about To the Top without saying shout out to my alma mater, Southern Miss, to the top.
Well, we know you. All right.
That's our motto.
Well, thank you so much, Casme, for taking time out of your schedule, and we will be watching Monday and Tuesday nights on NBC for The Voice, and it comes on 7 p.m. our time. All right.
And we have to have you back on, Casme, on Soothing Psalms, because I want to delve into that quiet time you were talking about. I want to really get into. Yes,
we'll talk about that.
Yes. I want to. You got to come back on.
Okay.
I would love to. It would be my honor. It would be a pleasure. And make sure you guys just sign up for my newsletter as well. If you go to my website, iamcasme.com. Okay. At the bottom, there's a little subscription. You just put your email in there. I don't do spam. I don't send you 5 messages a week. I try to do it when I have something big coming up to keep everybody up to date, because people be like, I didn't even know you did this, or I didn't know you had that. No excuses. Sign up for the mailing list, and I will keep you in contact with everyone.
And we are going to add all of this information on the comments. Thank you so much, Casme.
Thank you. God bless you.
I love y'all. Have a blessed day, okay?